one necklace, two lives. The sun hung high over Lagos that afternoon, painting the streets gold, the dust sparkling like tiny fireflies in the light. Across the busy marketplace, Addis adjusted her scarf, heart thundering in her chest. She had felt it before, that sudden chill that whispered death, though the air was warm, vibrant, and alive. It came again when she picked up the small, aged box at a street stall, tucked behind bundles of brass trinkets and carved ivory figurines. The vendor's eyes were milky, his fingers trembling as he passed it over. Inside lay the necklace, a delicate golden chain, faintly glowing, humming with a life of its own. When she held it, Addis glimpsed herself in the reflection, and someone else too. Another soul overlapped hers in the mirrored curve of the pendant, indistinct but unmistakable. A gust of wind stirred the marketplace, fluttering papers, and sending dust motes dancing in sunlight. A scream erupted from a distant alley, but before she could react, she felt the warmth of her pulse slowing unnaturally, like something had clutched her heart. The necklace pulsed faintly, almost like a heartbeat. A voice, ancient and soft, seemed to echo just behind her ears. To wear me is to live once more. But love demands a death. The crowd moved around her, oblivious, bathed in light. Addis stared at the necklace, the reflection of two souls flickering, shimmering. She did not yet know whose life it wanted, or whose life she would cause to survive. Necklace of two lives. Addis returned to her apartment in broad daylight, streets bustling with vendors and traffic. She placed the necklace on the counter, sun catching the faint glow of its chain, scattering golden flecks across the walls. Her mind wandered back to that morning, a minor car accident that shouldn't have been life-threatening. A brake failure, a screech of tires, and the world tilted for a second. She should have died. She had felt it. Now, the necklace paused gently, like it knew her fear. Her roommate, Ifeoma, burst in, laughing with groceries in hand. Ada, you're late for lunch. Don't tell me you've been window shopping for trinkets again. Addis hesitated, clutching the chain. Sunlight streamed through the windows, illuminating the necklace as it shifted slightly, almost wriggling like it had a will of its own. It's just something I found, she said, trying to sound casual. The pendant shimmered. In its reflection, Ifeoma's face briefly merged with hers. Addis' stomach dropped. The necklace wasn't just beautiful. It was alive. And it wanted something. Over the next days, Addis began noticing subtle changes. Sunlight hitting the necklace seemed to sharpen the overlapping reflection, the second soul growing clearer, more defined. Shadows of movement appeared on walls, even when no one was near. Then the small accident started. First, a falling vase barely missed her hand. Then, a taxi swerved toward her at the crosswalk, brakes squealing, yet she stepped aside at the last instant, unharmed. The necklace paused each time. She understood, it was saving her life, transferring the danger onto someone else. Horrified, she tested the chain. She held it up to Ifeoma's reflection in the mirror. The soul overlap shimmered brighter. The necklace whispered, "One life can be spared. Another must pay. One love. Choose." Addis staggered back, hand on her chest. Sunlight poured through the window, illuminating the chain, making the gold glow like molten honey. She realized with growing dread that the necklace could only protect her once, and then demanded repayment. The next morning, Addis carried the necklace through a sunlit street market. Merchants shouted, children ran past, and the air was alive with dust and noise. Every movement reflected in the chain seemed to overlay a second reality. Ifeoma's frightened eyes mirrored hers, heart racing in tandem. A motorbike swerved sharply. Addis froze, the necklace burning warmth into her palm. Reflexively, she shifted, and the bike hit the shadow of Ifeoma's reflection in the pendant instead. The truth hit her like sunlight through glass. The necklace did not just protect. It transferred danger, shifting mortality from wearer to beloved. She returned to her apartment, sun pouring through the curtains. Addis watched the pendant closely, seeing two souls overlap fully. Hers, alive and vibrant, and Ifeoma's, pale, strained, trembling in mirror torment. I can't, Addis whispered. I won't do this. The necklace paused brighter, almost impatient. Its faint glow now reached out like fingers along her skin. At noon, the inevitability came. Addis slipped on the sunlit terrace, a strong gust of wind toppling her over the railing. Time slowed, she could see the city, the courtyard below, the pedestrians frozen mid-step. The necklace flared, blinding gold. In the reflection, Addis saw Ifeoma's face overlap hers again, fear and pain written across the twin image. The chain vibrated, as if pleading. Give me life. Give me love. Save yourself. Heart pounding, Addis realized there was only one way to survive. The chain's glow wrapped around her fingers. She held it up to Ifeoma. I'm sorry, she whispered. The light flared impossibly bright. When it faded, Addis was standing, heart racing, unharmed. Ifeoma collapsed onto the terrace floor, gasping, alive, but pale, her shadow stretched unnaturally in sunlight, as if a part of her had gone elsewhere. The necklace lay on the floor between them, quiet, dormant, faintly glowing still. Addis realized the cost. The transfer had worked, but love had become a chain heavier than she could have imagined. Over the next weeks, sunlight became a reminder of the necklace's power. Addis carried it cautiously, avoiding danger, avoiding shadows that might tempt it. Every reflection reminded her of what she had done, and what could happen again. Ifeoma's eyes sometimes flickered with something alien in bright light, a fleeting shadow of another life, overlapping, tethered by gold. They never spoke of it. The marketplace buzzed on, streets golden with noon, sunlight dancing on vendors' wares. The city remained unaware of the ancient law working among them, illuminated by day, alive in reflection. The necklace waited, patient, for the next choice, a single life to save, a single love to claim. Moral: the necklace teaches that love is inseparable from responsibility. To cherish someone sometimes means putting their well-being before your own desires. Human nature often tempts us to protect ourselves first, but genuine care asks for moral courage and selflessness, even when it hurts.